is an earth-shattering news story where effectively what we're learning is that the president of the United States was involved in an international sex trafficking ring. And that's why he's panicking. That's why he's losing it. That's why he flips out anytime anybody brings Epstein up. That's why he's trying to change the conversation to literally anything else, screaming about Rosie O'Donnell and changing the name of the Commanders back to the Redskins and talking about putting cane sugar back in Coca-Cola. This is why he's freaking out, y'all. Because he knows there is just a mountain of hideous atrocities that he's been a part of. So what I would say to all this is, Democrats, you better get your rear in gear and you better uncover all of this, because the rot goes so deep. And we don't care. If it happens to bring down Bill Clinton, we don't care. Bring that motherfucker down. Don't give a shit, right? The most important part is we need justice. Everybody's talking about just releasing the Epstein list. No, bitch. Don't just release the list. Arrest the motherfuckers who were using Epstein services, right? That's the real goal here. And one of the people at the top of that list, it's a man by the name of Donald J. Trump. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. So Trump hosted a party for young women at Mar-a-Lago where Epstein was the only other guest. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? But it gets worse. So Midas Touch, just this past weekend, they came out with this. Unearthed, Donald Trump judges the 1991 Look of the Year modeling competition organized by Elite Model Management. More on that in a little bit. Remember, Elite Model Management. Featuring participants as young as 14 years old. A 2020 Guardian investigation into Elite's Look of the Year competition uncovered allegations from former contestants and industry insiders that the competition was used by founder John Casablancas and others to engage in sexual relationships with vulnerable young models, some of whom were teenagers. So here's Trump, 1991, at this modeling agency event, staring at scantily clad 14-year-olds. Watch this. Here we go.
The 58 contestants participated in an exhaustive round of personal interviews designed to help our judges discover what makes each one special.
You're 5'9" reading? Serious, huh?
We may measure again tonight before the
Okay. Thank you very much, Amy.
The concentration was intense inside the judging room.
I don't like you as you are.
And out.
I'm just so excited.
Each girl was considered not only for her beauty and poise, but also for her personality and that indefinable
something extra that makes a top model.
Okay, you want to pull your hair back 1 second? Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Ingrid. Good luck for tonight.
Thank you.
When it came time to choose the 21 finalists, emotions ran high as each judge expressed his or her opinion.
So that is incredibly disturbing. But guys, remember I told you, remember the name of these modeling agencies that we're talking about here, because guess what? Trump Model Management. So he had his own modeling agency, Trump did. Trump Model Management was a front for international sex trafficking. Epstein got some of his victims through Donald, and they shared some too. Everyone knew. Articles were written about it in mainstream publications, and Trump shut down a Senate investigation during his first term. So here we go, a Forbes article. Trump involved in human trafficking, mafia matters, probable money laundering. That was one article. That's in Forbes. The Daily Kos has an article here as well. We all knew about the sex trafficking, the untold story of Trump Model Management. More. Senator calls for Homeland Security to investigate Trump's model agency. I am extremely concerned by the claims levied against Trump Model Management. Justice for Jane Doe's, Trump sex trafficking, and the writers who stopped writing about it. Holy shit. So I'll recommend for you guys right now, there's a Daily Kos article, which came out in 2016. Quote, we all knew about the trafficking, the untold story of Trump Model Management. Go read that, and your mind will be absolutely blown. We're talking about a situation here where, first of all, I mean, just stop and think about it. Imagine having a 30-something, 40-something-year-old guy, right? Imagine I went to Crystal, and I said, hey, Crystal, I got a new business venture that I'm going to do. I'm going to be the head of a teenage modeling agency where I evaluate the talent. Right off the bat, that's not one red flag. That's strike one, you're out. That's red flag on top of red flag within red flag. Because you know there's some sketchy shit going on. You got a 40-something-year-old dude, maybe even 50. I don't even know how old Trump was at the time, right? And you're looking at scantily clad 14-year-olds. And by the way, a lot of these women come from these, like, you know, very poor Eastern Bloc countries, and they come over here. They have no safety net, no protection from other family members, and they get absolutely taken advantage of by these wealthy businessmen. But this is what absolutely deserves an investigation. And this is why Trump is panicking about the Epstein files. Because him and Epstein not only were buddies, Trump is not only on the Epstein list, they were business partners in human trafficking. That's the reality of the situation, y'all. And that's what nobody wants to say. All right, let me give you some more. They weren't just rich creeps. Trump, Epstein, and Casablancas, that's the guy with the other modeling agency, and Brunel were part of an organized predatory network of pedophiles using modeling contests, private dinners, and fake opportunities to prey on teenage girls. Here's how they work together in plain sight. Let's start with John Casablancas, founder of Elite Model Management. That's the one that had the 14-year-old competition. Okay. Openly dated teenage models, ran Look of the Year contests worldwide. Many girls were underage. He admitted to sleeping with girls as young as 14. That didn't stop the parties or the business. Casablancas and Trump were close. They co-hosted private dinners where models were made to walk across tables so Trump could stick his head under their skirts. Casablancas bragged about letting Trump date his models. Trump even sent Ivanka to him for modeling at age 14. A prolific pedophile, and you send your 14-year-old daughter? Holy shit, this is dark. Casablancas wasn't alone. Enter Jean-Luc Brunel, another modeling agent with a long trail of rape and trafficking accusations. He ran Karen Models and later MC2, a front Epstein used to bring in girls. Let me repeat that. Here we have another member of this plot. Had his own modeling agency. Rape allegations, trafficking allegations. Ran these companies, which was a front used that Epstein used to bring in girls. One victim said, quote, Jean-Luc handed me over to Epstein like I was a toy. Brunel's ties to Epstein ran deep. Epstein funded Brunel's modeling agency. Brunel then supplied Epstein with underage girls, many from overseas. French prosecutors had multiple rape charges against him. He died mysteriously in prison of suicide, they say. This is where it gets even deeper, because as you know, there's a tremendous amount of evidence that Epstein was Mossad, which is Israeli CIA. So this isn't just an elite pedophile ring. It's an elite pedophile blackmail ring to get dirt on powerful people that can be used for political purposes, right? And so Epstein was involved in that. This other guy was likely involved in that too, because it's all part of the same network, right? And so this guy wound up dead by suicide, just like Epstein. Wow, what a surprise. Trump, Epstein, Casablancas, and Brunel were all connected, attended the same model scouting events, judged the same contestants or contests, hosted private dinners with girls as young as 13, traded girls across state and national borders. This wasn't random, it was coordinated. A 1991 Look of the Year dinner party makes it crystal clear. Trump and Casablancas sat side by side watching 15-year-olds compete. They told one girl to take off her jacket to show her body. Brunel was a fixture at these contests too. This was grooming, not modeling. Elite modeling, Trump models, MC2, Karen models, different names, same function. All four men used their agencies as pipelines to control, traffic, exploit young girls under the guise of fashion and fame. And here's Trump with his own daughter. God damn it, man. At this point, it's like you just got to feel bad for Ivanka, right? The shit she was probably fucking put through. If this involved just one man, it would be scandalous. But four powerful men did this together for decades. They built their reputations on exploiting teenage girls and protected each other at every turn. Only one is still alive, and that one is president, again. Little St. James wasn't the beginning. It was the destination. Trump, Epstein, Casablancas, Brunel each played a role in building the pipeline. Modeling agencies, teen pageants, scouting trips. Epstein Island was where the system delivered the girls. Survivors have said as much. So listen to what Trump said back then. Look.
You raised the question of Jeffrey Epstein in your remarks about in the Q&A.
Well, I think he's got a problem. I mean,
what do you think the problem will be?
I don't know, but that island was really a cesspool. There's
So he's talking about Bill Clinton here.
no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it. The island was an absolute cesspool. So,
The Clintons are friends
and he's
of
been
yours,
there
right?
for many
The
times.
Clintons are friends
Well,
of
I
yours.
can't say friends, but I know
You're
them.
friendly. You know them.
They play at my clubs a lot.
So when it was politically convenient, oh yeah, Bill Clinton and Epstein, that's the real scandal. Look over there. Don't look at me. Look over there. Where are they now? Epstein, dead in jail. Brunel, dead in jail. Casablancas died of cancer in 2013, never faced justice. Trump, very much alive and running the country. Only one is still walking free, the one with the most power. Holy shit. We don't need to get into this one now, But there's another thread here which goes through Trump's history, his words, his actions, his associations, which make the connection for you as to why he is perpetually accused of being a pedophile. And it's not just the Epstein stuff. It's many other things as well. But as you can see here, I mean, this